Hi guys, Irina here, doing my live today. Happy Wednesday. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's really dear to my heart, and that's how do we lose our energy. So I work a lot with clients who feel exhausted, who feel drained, who just don't feel like they have the same amount of energy that they used to have. And some of it, can be aging. Certainly we age and we don't have our resources and energy levels do go down. With that said, I do believe when we are fully connected with our life force, when we have the full access to the energy that's right now in this body, it's plenty. Okay, if it's fully available to us, it's plenty of energy. It's actually enough for us to do the work that we love, to spend quality times with kids, with people we love. It's available, and it's available for it's there to help us really perform at our best. But what happens is that people don't really have access to that energy, right? They don't really function optimally, they function suboptimally. And that's because some of the things I talked about in my previous lives, because this year is all about helping people unlock their potential and helping them become their best selves and really function optimally on all levels, in all areas of their lives. So today I want to talk about number one psychological reason that you lose energy. So, and this is, I talked a little bit about that, how when we're heading towards burnout, we often feel like we don't have the same amount of energy, that things are just to feel harder than they used to. It's like same things, but feels like it's too much. Or we're exhausted a lot, we just don't feel the same, the same level. And I want to tell you a personal story about this, because I actually had an illustration of what I'm going to be talking about today. Yesterday happened in my own life. So yesterday, I'm in this psychotherapeutic container where we do a lot of body somatic therapy. And so we meet on Tuesdays in the morning. And I was there yesterday working on some very painful stuff of not being seen and met as a child. And as we were doing exercises and we had a reenactment of that, and it was very unpleasant. It was kind of painful, but afterwards I was like, okay, I'm okay. I can go about my day. I had to work. And suddenly I started noticing that I'm really tired. I was literally exhausted. Like I had no energy. I had to lay down in my bed to do my sessions because I just felt like there was like all the energy that I usually have, and I normally have pretty good amount of energy during the day. But if I sleep well, so we can talk about the physical aspect of it. That's probably something worth mentioning. But I slept okay, I ate okay, so all the physical stuff was taken care of. But I just felt like this exhaustion, but it was like more mental and emotional, just really like, oh. And I was really curious about that. And I was like, what's happening? It's not how normally I feel. It was 2 p.m. and I was like in bed, just watching the clock go, go tick. And I wasn't excited by my sessions. I had clients and I was just like, waiting for them to be over because I wasn't fully there. I was too tired to be emotionally and mentally really present to them. And it was really fascinating. I really started reflecting and like, oh my God, why is it happening? I have suddenly lost all my energy. I'm exhausted. I don't have the usual amount of passion and motivation in my work, and it's just like one day, right? But I'm very aware of what's happening to me energetically, where I'm, and I can identify right away that something's off. A lot of people, it takes some time for us to realize and catch up with that. For me, because I've been doing it for so long, I'm like, something's off. Something's not like, this is not right. This is not who I like. This is not me feeling alive and passionate about my life. Something's happening. So I reflected a little bit on that. And I also noticed that irritability was coming on. Like I was getting really impatient with people. I was just like, really irritable. And I spent some time with it, I reflected. And what I finally broke through this pattern of exhaustion through really staying present with myself, just like asking what's there, going deeper and deeper with myself. And finally, I found an enormous amount of pain inside that I was resisting. And I realized that all my mental energy and emotional energy was going to resisting that pain. And that's a huge energy suck. Okay, that was like so much energy was going into resistance, so I don't feel this pain because it sucks. Like our psychology, our psyche is basically resisting pain, and that's normal because it feels like it's not gonna survive, right? It's a survival mechanism. So it takes some consciousness and conscious awareness to realize, okay, I'm resisting this pain, and that's why I'm losing energy. And I do wanna have access to all my energy. So I'm willing to feel this pain. I'm actually consciously going there. And it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun because it was painful, but I got the support that I needed. I filled myself with compassion and I felt the pain. And when I felt the pain, guess what happened? All the energy that was spent on resisting came back to me. And I felt alive and present again. I still felt tired. I felt like, wow, this was a lot of work and I need to rest now. But it wasn't that like dead, kind of bored feeling, when you're just like there, but you're not there. It's like checked out. That was gone. So what I realized, and I see that a lot in my work, and it kind of makes sense psychologically. I realized that we lose a lot of energy in resisting to our uncomfortable feelings. So, and it's something I showed you, right, in my diagram before, but, like in the psyche, right, if it's a hole and there's something painful, so here's pain. I showed you that before on how psychology works. So usually what happens is here's pain and here's the resistance, the dark colored part is the resistance. And the resistance sucks a lot of energy. So if we're talking about burnout, right, or starting to feel exhausted and tired, there's usually some resistance happening in the system. And I say, not always the case because it could be some physical issues. So first we always look at the physical level, like are you sleeping, are you eating well, are you exercising? But if you feel like your physical energy is taken care of, then something's happening emotionally or mentally, so psychologically. So there's, of course, physical drains, right? Like you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, you're not exercising. So it's worth taking care of those first if you want to recover the level of energy and aliveness that you want to have in your life. But then, if you're sleeping okay, if you're eating well, and you're exercising, you're still losing energy. This is really the number one thing that drains us, and it's resistance to pain, to uncomfortable feelings. I was amazed at how much energy I recovered when I went through the process of feeling my own pain. Again, super painful, but it was so worth it because I got so much of my energy back. And look at me today, feeling really energized and back to just really being excited about life. All right, so here's your number one. I really, if you want to recover, if you want to look at yourself and your own process of this, and you want to recover your energy and aliveness, you can ask yourself, what am I resisting? What feelings am I resisting? What feelings am I not feeling? What feelings am I not, don't want to face? And then see if you can feel that, what's underneath the resistance to recover that energy back. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Let me know. Happy Wednesday, and I'll talk to you soon.